Hello and welcome back, my beautiful people, to Heartbaked. We are now on episode 7, chapter 7 of Benjamin's Route. And, well, last episode we learned that he doesn't have any family, I think. Most likely. Because he was like, I wish I had any of those. And it was just kind of like passed over. It wasn't really talked about that much. And he obviously didn't want to talk about it, so hopefully we'll learn more about that this time around. And we're slowly getting up there. Maybe we'll actually beat this. And if not, you know the drill. I'll give you guys the good ending anyway. So let's get right into chapter 7. He's late. I've been waiting for him for about an hour now. The apple pie, warm and appetizing just a while ago, became ice cold. Even the hot milk is lukewarm. You better not be thinking about not coming. I swear to the raspberry jam. The sun is already setting too. I tapped my foot, irritated, and started pacing around the shop. Here I am, trying to feed him properly so he's not famished, making his sculpted abs more firm and healthy. His body more healthy. And where are you, Benjamin?
Right behind you.
Whoa! I jumped at the unexpected reply and almost knocked the food down. I trolled over to face Benjamin, huffing and puffing. A small smirk was dancing on his lips, trying vainly to not break free. Pastry God's pantaloons, Ben! Do you want to give me a heart attack? You seriously need to stop creeping on me like that.
Accept my most sincere apologies, Kitty. I didn't want to interrupt your heated soliloquy.
Thanks for being so considerate. I puffed my cheeks and folded my arms, sighing. Where have you been? The food's long cold. Benjamin fidgeted a little, stepping side to side, clearly struggling with answering me. Finally, he let out a small groan, scratched the back of his head, and looked into my eyes.
I had some issues. With Bethany and Bernard. Or rather, with leaving them alone.
I sniffed the air, seeking the vile smell of sheep, and noticed there was none. Weird. How could he take a step outside without his dear followers? Why did you leave them? I've never seen you without your sheep.
Well, I didn't want to bother you even further than I already am. I remembered how you yelled at us the first time as well. Our bedraggled appearance didn't work on your favor either.
You? I was dumbstruck. Was he really becoming self-aware? Not only that, but also aware of my feelings? I shouldn't have yelled at you like that back then.
I did cause you some problems. Your irate response was only natural. But let's not relive the past. What's done is done.
We nodded firmly together and laughed. Okay, sheep god. Go and munch on the tastiest delicacy your mouth will ever be graced with. I announced proudly and presented the cake with a sweeping motion. Bon appetit! Oh. His eyes twinkled and he strode to the table, almost immediately wolfing the food down. Was he that hungry? I don't know if I should ask that, but only now I've noticed how lanky he actually is. The Alfred is eating him alive, devouring his slim, although muscular limbs. His ribcage is showing too. Benjamin, He glanced at me, showing that even while eating ravenously, he's still paying attention. How long were you not eating? Or eating very little? The boy took another bite before swallowing and drinking the milk to quench his thirst.
To be fair, I couldn't tell you when the last time I ate a fully satisfying meal. It was a long time ago. Before my arrival, I think.
What? Your meals were so scarce for such a long time? Are you crazy? Your body won't be able to handle it any longer. I forcefully snatched his arm away and touched his weak limb. Why didn't you tell anyone? We would have helped you. I would have helped you, is what I wanted to say, but yet I'm fully aware that wouldn't be the case unless I got direct orders from the mayor. Terrible, I'm such a terrible and insensitive elven being. I'm sure no one would turn you down. Not even Carver. You'd be given a steady job immediately, or at least some cozy room, and...
What about you? What would you have done? Would you still try to be my friend?
I don't know. The circumstances would be different then. Our meeting would have been would have a different turn, and
You don't have to explain yourself so thoroughly. I understand.
Why am I so terrible with voicing my thoughts? I want to say how I feel, and yet my lips remain unmoving, with my head slightly nodding to his quiet words. Silence filled the room, with only my booming heartbeat and our entwined breathing reverberating.
About that Carver person.
Benjamin suddenly spoke in his normal, deadpan voice, as if the previous conversation had never taken place. Have never taken the place.
I actually ventured to his shop today, asking for a free post. At first, I could not comprehend you calling him little, since you aren't the tallest person yourself, but now I fully understand. For the first 10 minutes, I had been spying anyone looking remotely close to an owner of such high-class store.
I snorted. Oh, Ben, this is going to be good.
Finally accepting the fact that the shop must be either abandoned or the owner had been kidnapped, I turned in order to leave. But then a petite bobblehead came running from behind the counter.
I giggled mischievously. Bobblehead? That's a new one. I need to add that to my Carver Only Mean Names notebook.
And not to quote his despicable vocabulary, he yelled at me for being a creep, gawking at him for a full 10 minutes without saying anything. It wasn't my fault his hair blended with the surroundings. The height didn't help either.
I wiped the tears that formed in my eyes. Benjamin, your bluntness might cost you a lot one day.
I'd rather say that I have in my mind than regretting not doing that later. But yes, after amending our misunderstanding, I got the job as a cleaner and fetch boy.
Fetch boy?
As in giving him things that are located in higher places. He has quite a lot of them, surprisingly.
Oh, so he won't be using ladders anymore. I think you should demand a raise, Ben. Besides the counter, he can't reach anything in his fine establishment.
I'd like to think I'm helping him out of my own volition and good heart. I wouldn't want to get on his bad side instantaneously, or rather, his worst side.
I snickered and patted his back. Benjamin's learning so quickly how to handle the dwarf. I'm glad it went well. Now you'll be able to eat better.
Not yet, no.
I knitted my eyebrows, confused. Why not? What is of more importance than your health?
I need to save every chip I can to upgrade my farm in the hut first. The tools I've been using wore down already, and I can hardly use them anymore. If I manage to get by under Ed for this long, I don't mind being a little hungry for a month or two more.
Is he being serious right now? Well, you have your sheep, don't you? I will help you whether you like it or not. You're being silly.
I will help you whether you like it or not.
There's no way I could accept that.
Accept what?
You! Ugh! Why is it so difficult to get through your thick skull sometimes? Now hear me out, because I will not repeat myself. He raised his eyebrows quizzically, puzzled.
Okay.
I inhaled deeply. I will provide you with some food every day. The best, most invigorating food you've ever eaten. And I will help you out whenever I am free too. I can't do a lot since I'm a chef, but I will try my best. His mouth hung a bit open, as if not believing what I was saying. He shook his head.
I don't need any help. I don't want to burden you. I can manage.
Listen here, Cream Puff. You will be a bigger burden if you collapse somewhere on your way to town or something. What if no one finds you? I shook him with anger and irritation. Why was he being so reckless? Why can't he understand that he's not alone anymore? It's not a big deal, really. It's not like I'll be going out of my way to prepare you meals or anything.
But.
No buts.
Kitty.
Ever again. He winced, visibly unhappy with the outcome, yet there were no signs of him protesting. At last he groaned and waved his hand in a motion, saying, Do what you want, I don't care. Good. Now to prepare Radley's new delivery route.
Thanks for the meal.
Benjamin clasped his hands together in a thankful gesture and got up. Did you like it? That was a new recipe.
I'm sure people will brawl to get every last bit of this pie. You are very talented, Kitty.
A blush bloomed on my cheeks. I flipped my braid in a casual way and laughed unnaturally to hide it. Oh, hell, obviously, the fabulous Kitty strikes again with her astute mind.
Yeah.
Ben started walking towards the exit when he suddenly halted, remembering something.
I'll try to borrow some of the Carver's secrets for you, so you can improve your recipes even more.
Ben, you can't do that. I'm an honest chef.
That you might be. But your ingredients are something you need to work on. Not everyone will appreciate apple pie with salt in it.
What? I quickly took a bite of the remaining slice of pie and grimaced immediately. It's terrible. And salty. Oi, Ben, why didn't you tell me this earlier? Huh?
He was already gone.
Oh shit, I clicked the wrong button because I was giggling. It's salt instead of sugar. That is an honest mistake. Oh, to eat so much of this atrociousness. After the heart-baked cake is done and the festival is over, I will make him his favorite pastry. This time closely following the instructions. Look at us. Did we? We did it again. Look at us. I think, to be honest, I think I got a higher, I think we're closer to half. We might make it, guys. We might make it to half at least. Full, probably not, but half is likely in our future. So that's the end of this episode, and I will tell you again to have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week to come. Good night, you guys. Good night, you guys.